Okay, so what an amazing final game. I'm here with the new New Zealand national champion, Nick Holding, aka Tiru, I believe is the nickname.
That is correct.
And what a match. So I know you're super excited. I don't want to hold you up too long because your friends are wanting to celebrate with you, but Absolutely. I know the international viewers were super hyped. I loved watching that game. I just want to ask you a few really quick questions.
Absolutely.
My first one I want to know is, a lot of people, maybe I'm just behind the times, but Prism seemed to make it sort of a comeback from the dead.
Yep.
I didn't hear about it at all in metagame discussions. It was all about the Briars, the Chains, the Oldhams. How long have you been playing this deck, and what kind of prompted you to do it?
So I've been playing Prism ever since Monarch dropped because I decided to ditch Kano, and I've just been playing that non-stop. And then even with Toa, I just didn't find any hero that I actually enjoyed, so I stuck with it. Everyone was telling me I shouldn't play Prism because it obviously auto loses, or just not auto, but loses badly to Briar. But I was lucky to dodge them all event and managed to find all the Oldhams, which is probably her best matchup. Yeah, that's the thing. If sometimes you make a good metagame call, the Briars kind of knock themselves out, you get into the high brackets and you just make it all the way through. I just wanted to ask a quick note about the Tales of Aria draft. Were you feeling pretty confident going into that? Yeah, I was feeling very confident. I had a group of about 8 of us, and we probably drafted on average 2 to 3 times a week, so we just had lots and lots of practice, and I got really comfortable on Oldham, so I was just playing Oldham throughout the draft. Absolutely awesome. Now, I just want to, again, just 2 more minutes, I just want to ask you a little bit about that final. So obviously we saw you get off to the races very early with that kind of, the auras went down, we saw the Tone Divinity, we saw the Genesis. Yep. But it seemed to me in sort of the mid-game that Matt did an amazing job of just bringing it back. So it seemed like he kept calm, he was trying to chip down your Spectral auras, and it seemed to me at one point, it looked like there were 5 auras in the graveyard. You were down to 2 spectral shields. I'm sitting with Newsom saying, is this game slipping away a little bit? Can I just ask, how were you feeling in that moment? Were you staying calm? I was staying calm. I knew I was running out of time because Matt had done a good job chunking through most of my auras. The Retributions were gone and the Odes were gone, and then that's where I started to sweat. And if he broke through my shields, I probably had 0 chance of winning. So Matt played really well and controlled very well, but I just managed to overswarm him with the Spectral Shields and then managed to just keep blocking, keep them alive. All right, mate. Well, I know you're super excited. I know all your friends want to go through and congratulate you, so I'm just going to shake your hand right now. Thank you so much. An incredible performance. Congratulations, the new New Zealand national champion. And yeah, that's it for me. Oh, sorry, just before you go, is there any shout-outs you want to give to your local game store, any of your testing partners, friends? Oh, yeah, I've got to give a shout-outs to Jason Thompson, Adam Little, and Ollie Berry. Without them, I wouldn't have been able to practice Prism as much. And yeah, everyone at Sushi Night and Cerberus Games, and of course shout-outs to Matt. All right, well that sounds pretty good to me. I'll let you go. Thank you very much. You go celebrate with your friends. Thank you so much. And we may have Matt Rogers coming in for a quick interview as well, so we're in for a treat. Congratulations, Nick. Thank you so much. Okay, so I'm here with Matt Rogers, aka often known as the GOAT of Fab. So the previous 13-0 13-0 New Zealand national champion, made it all the way to the final today. Calling winner at the Auckland Calling, top 4 at the American Calling. You've won everything there is to win, I feel, in Flesh and Blood. So can I just ask you a little bit about your tournament today? So I feel a lot of players were expecting you to turn up on one of the Runeblade decks, and you ended up playing Oldham. Can I just ask a little bit about your thoughts behind that deck choice? Yeah, so it did seem that the Briar decks, or Briar and Runeblade decks, were pretty powerful. And early on in the testing, we started to realise that there was kind of other options, and there was Oldham was naturally quite good against Briar, and then my testing partner Nick came up with a bunch of solutions for the decks that you were bad against, which is Prism and Viserai, we actually got onto Oldham pretty early. Nick made some amazing kind of iterations to that deck and really just figured out a lot of the matchups, and we were able to build it in a way that got really, really aggressive and really put the pressure on setup decks like Prism and Viserai. Yeah, because what I really saw you run through a few different builds there. You had things like the Rouse the Ancients, the Zealous Beltings, the Enlightened Strike. I even saw a cheeky Snapdragon Scalers in there. There's Snapdragon, So was that something you purposely put in because you felt you needed to have, for example, you mentioned Viserai, you mentioned Prism. Did you feel you needed to have enough go again to actually
put pressure on some of these slower setup decks in order to sort of punch through damage or clear out auras.
Yeah, exactly. So like the whole idea is you can either be a control deck or you can be an aggro deck. So much like the dash deck I played last year. So with Snapdragon and stuff, if they sit down and they see Oldhim, 9 times out of 10 your opponent's going, okay, you're a control deck.
Yep.
But you can completely switch up and be, in a very, very fast and aggressive deck with Snapdragon. Like you can do lines with because you've got Art of War for Go Again as well as all of those. So you can do lines with like Art of War into E-Strike, draw a card, into Zealous, into Weapon Swing, or kind of and keep going. Or you can do Rouse into like just crazy. You can attack for 20. Like it's not.
Is this person playing Briar Cuts or is it Oldhim? Like,
yeah, exactly. So
that's very, very cool because I saw like you had those multiple Go Again attacks to really put the pressure on. I know we saw your game playing versus Cam Wickreath on Bravo. I know you guys known each other friendly a long time. Have a friendly rivalry.
Yeah, definitely good friendly rivalry.
And that was a very good game because we saw you just put the foot on the gas and like eventually it seemed like you did the damage with the attacks with Go Again and then you came through a sledgehammer to clear out with fatigue at the end. So
yeah, exactly.
That was a very cool strategy. All right, I know you want to go and sort of celebrate as well. I mean, obviously I know you would have wanted to win, but second place is like coming first and second is absolutely amazing.
Yeah, thank you.
Before you go, would you like to give any shout outs to sort of some of your testing partners? A local game store. I think you might run one. Anything along those
I actually don't run one anymore.
Okay.
I actually resigned from Card Merchant in December, and I'm chasing some other things. So people might know about Premier Card Grading. So that's kind of one of my focuses now. But yeah, I definitely want to shout out the people that I tested with: Nick Butcher, Tarek Patel. And like, just a massive shout out to Nick, like, one of the smartest guys I've ever met. He's really designed something incredible here, and it was a lot of fun testing for this event. So
I was going to say, I played a little bit of Oldhim on and off myself trying to practice, and I struggled. I couldn't beat those slow decks like Viserai. I struggled against some of the other decks, and I kind of gave up. So
I actually missed. Hold on, sorry. I actually missed my other testing partner there, Rob Seigel. I love you, man. I'm sorry. Sorry, I missed you for a second.
I was about to say, I actually got a message from Rob Seigel on Facebook saying, "I'm rooting for my guy Matt," and you just almost missed him.
I almost missed him. I was like, my brain's a little bit mush right now. Let's be honest.
I'm going to go let you celebrate. Thank you very much for coming in to join me for a very quick interview. Once again, let me shake your hand.
Hey, thank you.
Incredible performance. It seemed like a tough matchup, but you played about it as well as it could have been done.
Yeah.
So thank you very much. Thank you for tuning in, everyone. We will catch you again very soon. Don't forget to check out fabdcg.com for all the amazing announcements. Matt, I'm sure you're looking forward to the Pro Tour announcement.
Oh yes, come on, let's go.
We got Battle Hardened, we got Farewell to Welcome to Wraith, we got Everfest coming out February 4th.
You guys are doing amazing.
Pro Quest starting February 19th, 250 stores around the world. Check it all out. You've been an awesome audience. Thank you very much. This is Kieran, Mr. Classic McIntyre, signing out. Can't wait to see you next time.
Bye.